Here's a big one. Stuff sneaking into your image from the tops and the sides and the bottoms. So let's look at how to get rid of that stuff. Take a look at the image we have here. I'm going to show you a couple different techniques, but you can see some stuff sticking in, like this umbrella over here that should not be here. Let's try first the standard old content aware. Yeah, worked well. Easy enough. How about the pipe at the top? Are you sneaking in to ruin our image? Yes, you are. Fill. Content aware. Not bad. Good enough. All right, over here we have a little wire. We switch to spot healing. Okay. Anything else sneaking in? We've got a chair sneaking in over here on the side. We don't need a chair. Where's a chair sneaking in? Got rid of that pretty well, but it's very forgiving because there's not much crazy wrong there. This light looks out of place. Uh-oh. Okay, that doesn't look good at all. So let's do this. Let's step forward one because I fixed something over here. All right, let's zoom in tight on that light. We're going to switch to patch tool. Let's try moving it over here. That worked better. Not perfect. That's better. Moved it up a little bit. Looked better. All right, what about, now I've already removed one of the digits from the license plate, but what if you wanted to take out this digit here? Here's a little trick you can do. Go ahead and get the eyedropper tool and sample the color you want to use. Sample the color right there. Add a new layer. We're just going to paint in that color you just sampled using the eyedropper over the letter. This is if you want to cover basically anything. All right, now it'll look fakey for a couple of reasons. Number one, the big reason being is there's no noise, there's no texture, there's no nothing. So that's what we do, is we go add a little noise. Go filter, noise, add noise. Use monochromatic Gaussian noise. Don't add 4%. Let's see what would match the photo. Let's take it down to, there's 3.7, there's 2.9, there's 2.5, still too much. Ooh, looks like about 2%. Right there, matches it right on the money. Now it fits right in. So there's another way, is to cover stuff, right? All right. And so outside of that, look at the differences, changes that we made here. Let's look. That little stuff ruins photographs, right? Let's look at the next one. All right, this image here, remember this one from earlier? So there's a couple things wrong. First, there are these little lights that you can see off in the distance, which are killing the shot. Let's get the old spot removal tool. Easily fixed. There we go. Get rid of those. Ruining my shot. All right, now let's try to get rid of this. Let's get rid of this little first part of the branch down here first. It wasn't ideal, but it kind of got there. Then let's try this other part of the branch. How are we looking? Pretty bad. All right, so here's what we can try. You know, if that doesn't work, we can always go to the patch tool and pull that off. That doesn't look great. There are two different modes. Normal mode of the patch tool is the one we use normally. That sounds stupid, doesn't it? But you know what I mean. That doesn't look too bad. I pulled it down to here. That's normal mode. If normal mode doesn't work, try content aware. And that seems to work nicely when you drag it right along the edge like this. See how that works. I'm not loving that. That color is a little too bright. Let's drag it down and see how that works better. That looks even worse. Don't try content aware. No, I'm just kidding. It depends on the image, of course. All right, how about we just do a standard content aware fill? We might be down to cloning here in a minute. Oh, that one actually looked pretty good. All right, that one actually doesn't look too bad. I think we're good right there. But we were going to get down to cloning if that didn't do it. All right, so that's another one. Let's go here, and we have some stuff cropping in over the edge right here. Let's grab the shadow here. See if we can find a better place for it. That's too big. Let's undo that. What if I were to drag it up here? That's not going to give us a brick pattern, is it? Nope. So let's do this. That is a little bit large. So let's try to make a smaller selection just around the bricks. Just like that. Much smaller. That way I think we can probably pull down here. Line up our bricks. Notice I'm trying to line up the bricks so they look a little better. Like that. And that looks pretty good except for this one little area here. Drag it down. Still trying to line up the bricks. And that's gone. So that was something, just a little thing creeping into the edge there. Something up top here, it's creeping in. Let's drag it over this way. See if we can get rid of it. Nope. And I might have selected a little bit too much of it. Let's try to select just it. Drag it straight over to like right there. And that's not awesome. All right, let's undo it and try to fill it with Content Aware Fill. Voila. You can see sometimes it takes a few times for you to figure out what's it going to be that's going to clean up your image. Now, I want to introduce you to something we haven't talked about, and that is the ability to clone something that you actually do want. Now, we've been trying to get rid of distracting stuff, but what if you wanted 2 of these rear view mirrors? You can do that with the clone tool. Now, of course, you could say, well, you could clone it, put it up on its own layer, flip it and stuff like that. But believe it or not, there is a special panel under the window menu called the clone source. And the clone source basically has all these options of what you can do. You can have what you're doing offset by a particular amount. You can flip it vertically. You can flip it horizontally. You can rotate it when you clone something. So let's do this. Well, I want to flip it to the other side. So I'm going to click that button right there, flip it. So that when I clone on this line, then I move over here and start painting. Look what it does. I'm going to be able to paint in a second mirror because I flipped that to the other side, that little icon. So you can flip things horizontally, you can flip them vertically. This controls the offset, this controls the angle. So if you need to, for example, if you were cloning like a sidewalk and it moved up and started going gradually up, well, if you're cloning a straight line here, it's just going to keep going straight. This allows you to put in an angle and have it angle as you clone up. So this is something we haven't talked about, but it's something that you may need or may run into. So I at least wanted to introduce it to you before we were done. I wanted to introduce you to that and instead of just the patch tool, but the patch tool